And we're into the limelight once again this Sunday afternoon, live in the State Theater, Havre de Grace, Maryland, as the Indy Perspectives episode today. We are talking CZW and C3W present Limelight number 2. And here we go. What's up, everyone? My name is Raymond Sanchez, representing the Respect the Craft podcast. Today we are talking all things CZW and C3W as they present Limelight number 2. And what a card we have to talk about here, as well as all the amazing talent that will be appearing on this show this coming Sunday. Again, live from the State Theater in Maryland. This is going to be an interesting event. Doors opening at 4 p.m. Show starting at 6 p.m. You are not going to want to miss this. If you haven't got your tickets yet, please go do so at eventbrite.com/CZW-Limelight. Once again, the location is going to be the State Theater in Maryland. So here we go, guys. Let's jump into this. Let's talk about all things Limelight 2 once again this Sunday, February the 6th. So let's go into it with the first matchup we're going to talk about here today. It is going to be two young upstart talents here, as it is a standout athlete himself, Vinnie Talata, taking on Jaden Velo. Both of these independent standouts, very young in their careers still, both looking to make an impact, make their names, especially in a important venue like this and an important night like this in CZW history. CZW, this is their second event back this year, and they're looking to make another wave in the renaissance of tradition. As again, if you saw my last Respect the Crowd podcast with Shannon Hunter, you saw how we spoke about how important this renaissance is and how hungry the talent are to continue to respect and honor the tradition that is the combat zone. And these two young athletes are definitely doing just that. Vinnie Talata, he has represented the CZW dojo. He's been a part of the academy there and has made his waves and continues to do so all around the indie scene. Jaden Velo, a member of the NYWC Academy, also being trained now currently under the tutelage of the Maximos, aka the SAT. You can imagine both of those men are going to use what they've learned and what they continue to learn in an effort to get that huge win this Sunday. Two amazing talents, like I mentioned. I can't wait to see what they're going to do when they touch that ring this Sunday in Maryland. Definitely one to look out for, guys. Could possibly be a show stealer right there for these young up-and-comers. Next up, we are going to talk tag team action, as it will be the Amazing Graysons, JP and Tommy Grayson, taking on Culture. Culture has been making some waves as of late. Eli Knight and Malik Bosadie, the Flyest and the Integrator, looking to integrate some of the culture into CZW. I can't wait to see these two teams go at it. The Amazing Graysons, especially if you are a part of the tri-state area indies, you've seen them go all around. Currently, even if I'm not mistaken, WrestlePro Alaska tag team champions. Yes, you heard me correctly. Alaska tag team champions. So the Amazing Graysons know what they have to do in order to get that W, especially when the prize is on the line. But Culture Inc. are no slouches. I've been looking into what Culture Inc. puts out there, and they are some great athletes. Again, there's the reason why Eli Knight calls himself the Flyest. Malik Bosadie is the integrator for a reason. He's going to innovate and integrate some amazing maneuvers, and you're not going to want to miss what they do. I can't see these two teams go at it, and it's going to be a matchup you're not going to want to miss. Again, CZW and C3W putting on an amazing show here, and they've been developing. I talked to Shannon about this, and the tag team division is getting hot in CZW. You're not going to want to miss this tag team matchup, especially with these two teams that are both making their waves in many companies such as these. Next up, let's talk a little bit about an announcement that was made not too long ago. The return, ladies and gentlemen, of Ultraviolent Underground. Yes, CZW has heard you loud and clear. Ultraviolent Underground is making its return this spring. Currently, we're still in a little bit of the winter's wrath right here. We're still in the winter days, but this spring, as the action is going to start warming up, the Ultraviolence returns to CZW. You're going to get the best of everything in CZW, and this CZW being requested. They want to see the CZW of old, and I feel like you're going to get some of that. But I feel like CZW is planning something a lot bigger than just that classic CZW. I feel like you're going to love this new formatted CZW and what Ultraviolent Underground is going to be. I can't wait, because not only will you possibly see returns such as Masada and so many others of the past day, but now there are so many possibilities with this new age deathmatch scene, with this new age ultra-violence scene. You never know who's going to step into the underground. And as a fan of that style, I definitely loved seeing the classic CZW matches, seeing the amazing tournaments and everything that happened. I can't wait to see what Ultraviolent Underground brings this time around with a new vision in the renaissance of tradition. But next up, we're going to talk about, especially with Pod being called Respect the Craft. This is about honoring the craft that is professional wrestling. These three men here are looking to showcase that. They're looking to showcase that tradition and they're honoring that craft in their way, and they're making an impact with that, as it is we are talking about here prolific, ladies and gentlemen. Isaiah Wolf, Marcus Marquis, Tyree Taylor. These three are going to be in action this Sunday, and I can't wait to see who is going to step up. Who is going to step up to take on these three? Will it be a trio that steps up? Will it be maybe a tag team that decides they want to step up against two of the members here of Prolific? Who will step up? Or maybe it would be a little bit of a I don't know if someone's going to be that crazy to do it, but could it be just one man that steps up? Or could it be one man? Could it be anyone that steps up to try to challenge Prolific? Because again, they're always down for a fight when you have guys like the American Gangster Isaiah Wolf, when you have guys like Marcus Marquis, when you have a powerhouse like Tyree Taylor. I was going to say shit because you have, excuse my language, but you have three gifted athletes like this that you're shit out of luck when you're going in the ring with these guys, because they're gifted in that ring. You have a juggernaut with Tyree Taylor. You have a innovative tag team in Marquis and Wolf. You have three men that know each other well enough, that know each other like the back of their hands, that they can think about that next move that they're about to do to you before you can think of how to worse. You have three guys that are hungry, three guys that know this game, three guys that are willing to do whatever it takes because they want to make their impact. They're called Prolific for a reason. I can't wait to see who's going to try to step up, because I don't know who's going to stop them from shaking up pro wrestling here. Again, I'm a big fan of all three. I've been able to see Isaiah Wolf and Marcus Marquis from early days in the tri-state. Tyree Taylor, I've gotten to know in the last 2 years, seeing how he's grown as a juggernaut here in the indie scene. I can't wait to see what these three do. I'm going to give a little prediction. I want to say a man that might show up to try to knock these three down might be that endgame himself, Paul Jourdain. Just because I know Paul Jourdain as well is trying to make his own act. But I don't know. I don't know if even the end game can possibly put down Prolific. But we'll have to wait and see. But again, shout out to these three men. Definitely have to bring them on on the Respect the Craft podcast. Eventually, we got to sit down and just talk, because I would love to just sit down and get to break down a little bit of what their intentions are a little more. Because I've seen what they put out. I've seen their promos. I've seen their matches. But I want to get into and just hear them out more. I want to hear from Marcus Marquis. I want to hear from Isaiah Wolf. I want to hear from Tyree Taylor. And I want to see what they bring to the table even more. And truly hear from themselves. Because I know they definitely are athletes that represent what Respect the Craft is. So I would love to get to speak to them a little more. But next up, this is a matchup I'm excited for so many reasons. One, you have his return this weekend to the professional wrestling ring. I call him Unc for a reason, because he's a veteran of this game, and I respect him like an uncle. Ladies and gentlemen, Deshawn Pratt, the Prince of Camden, comes to Maryland this weekend, and he teams up with another young standout that's been making waves as of late, because he's Boom effing Harden, ladies and gentlemen, and they're going in tag team action against Mike Walker and a mystery partner. Now, Deshawn Pratt has been taking Boom Harden under his wing. He's been making him into a better competitor, and I feel like it's starting to show. Like, it really is starting to show, because you're starting to see Boom have another almost tenacity in there, some grit, if you will. Deshawn Pratt is a seasoned veteran of the game. I call him Unc for a reason, and I think he really is he's nephewing Boom Harden as well. He's making Boom see what it is you have to do to make it to that next level. And Boom is great. I've gotten to see Boom throughout the years grow into an amazing athlete that he's become now. One of my favorite promos so far he just did recently, putting about his matchup at Pro Wrestling R. And Boom continues to show out every time. Mike Walker, I've heard some good things, but I hope not only can he show it in the ring, but show it when it comes to picking a partner or finding a partner. Because when you're going against Deshawn Pratt and Boom Harden, you must not miss, because this is an opportunity right now to pick someone that's going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with two great athletes there. With a seasoned vet, with a standout like that, Mike Walker, I've seen what he can do in there. He's not no slouch either, but this is a tag match that you're going to want to pick the best you can find. But also, I'm going to be watching this closely. But I can't wait to talk to Deshawn Pratt on Monday. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, on Respect the Craft, we'll be back on Monday, 8 p.m. I'm going to be talking to Deshawn Pratt himself, the Prince of Camden, is going to be on Respect the Craft. This has been a podcast I've been trying to get done for a while. Unfortunately, when I was doing the Laws Roundtable, unfortunately, the weather did not permit us to get to do the episode. And then as time would tell, the podcast took a little bit of a hiatus. We're back under the new format, loving this format that we're doing. And now finally I get to speak to Unc, and it will be this Monday, 8 p.m. You're not going to want to miss it on this channel. We're going to be live. Bring your questions, bring your comments, bring what you think about this matchup, especially if you're going to be live in Maryland this Sunday. Let Unc know what you thought. Let's hear it. But next up, we're going to talk about this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, as we are going to try to expand our conscience here. That's why on the ring table. He wants us, he is the lightning. Él es el rayo. He is a fellow Hispanic in the community. I want to agree with what he's saying. He's trying to expand the consciousness of professional wrestling. He is manifesting into existence that he will be the next Wire champion, the next world champion. He wants to show out in CZW. But I feel like when he's doing stuff like that, he is starting to forget that he needs to earn his keep. He needs to earn his way. And especially when you're going in it in a matchup like this on Sunday with Lucky Ali, you cannot focus on those championships right now. You need to focus on a talent like Lucky Ali. Lucky Ali, I feel like doesn't get the credit for being very innovative at such a young time in his career. That frog splash, he does a reverse style frog splash that to me just is insane. Also, a variation of almost, I want to call it like a it's almost like a face buster, I want to say. Like, it's so, like, that it's from, like, the Falcon Arrow position. But, yeah. Lucky Ali, also, no slouch in that ring. Rayo needs to be focused on this matchup. Because if not, Lucky Ali is going to be able to get that 1, 2, 3. Rayo, I get it. He's trying to manifest that because he wants to put it out there. He wants to open our consciousness into seeing how great he is. And again, not denying that. Rayo is an amazing athlete. Definitely a world-traveled athlete. Getting to win championships all around. Even winning Chilean gold and Lucha Libre gold around the world. Making elite debuts and such. But again, when going into matchups like this, every match counts. Every opponent counts. You cannot try to overshadow what you're doing because you think the next goal is more important. And for Lucky Ali, I would definitely, this is my making of a moment. This is my statement right here to show Rayo might be saying this, but I'm going to prove it on Sunday. I can't wait to see these two square off and see what they bring to the table this weekend. Next up, we're going to talk about Mr. Grimm being in action. Again, there was a little bit of a warning. Last time Mr. Grimm was in CZW, almost broke a ring. Has definitely, he showed how impactful he is. There's a reason why Mr. Grimm brings his case. He used to bring a body bag around. I haven't seen Mr. Grimm live in a little bit. I gotta make my way to see the Hitman for Hire to see what he does in that ring. But this Sunday is an opportunity to see Mr. Grimm live in person, and I can't wait to see what he's gonna do. As, again, we don't even know yet who he will be facing. This is what's interesting. Because, again, there's so many hungry talent in that locker room. There's so many great that you don't even know they're a part of the locker room yet. Especially after the Combine. The Combine brought new talent to be involved in the CZW dojo and to the Combat Zone in general. Also, C3W is assisting with this presentation. Can an athlete from C3W make their way into the Combat Zone, into the State Theater this Sunday? Who will step up to Mr. Grimm? Could it be someone that I'm really enjoying what he's been doing in the Combat Zone? Aaron Ash. That dude is, I gotta say, is a beast. Is a juggernaut that I've been enjoying like crazy. I love to see what Aaron's been doing. I would love to see them go one-on-one. Because we saw them go in a multi-man. I would love to see what they can do one-on-one. Or even another man that's made his impact in the Combat Zone. How about Chris Seaton? I would love to see what Chris Seaton can do. Because Chris Seaton, he's another one. Another juggernaut. Like, when you see Mr. Grimm, I want to see that Haas fight. Because I want to see someone that's going to bring it and bring that fight. Because that's what you want to see in this. You want to see fights. You want to see, especially in the Combat Zone. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, the Combat Zone brings something else. It brings that ferociousness, if you will. So I'm looking forward to see what happens this Sunday. But next up, we are going to talk about a debut that, to me, it's insane. That this weekend, not only does Deshawn Pratt make his return, But to the independents, it's time to get lucha lit, ladies and gentlemen, as Lince Dorado makes his return to the Indies. And this Sunday, he makes his CZW debut, as Lince Dorado will be in action. And I can't wait to see who he faces. I can't wait to see what statement Lince Dorado is going to make, because you know he's hungry. You know he's looking to make a statement on the Indies, and what a bigger stage than the Combat Zone to do so. Again, he's stepping into that limelight, if you will. He wants to get back into it. He wants to show what he hasn't been able to show in the last few years. It's time to show how much wrestling he can do. He wants to show that lucha lit isn't just a catchphrase. He is going to show you some lucha libre. And it makes me think, though, who in that locker room is going to want to stand up and kind of this paid end a little early? Because it is a celebration. It's time to get lucha lit and get ready for the return of Lince Dorado. But someone's going to want to end that celebration. Someone's going to want to say, hey, it's enough with guys trying to make their way back into the Indies. There's enough hungry talent already a part of it. Who's going to do that? Also, you got to think, and again, you never know. Rayo's looking to expand consciousness. Maybe he also tries to get Lince Dorado to join that. A fellow luchador, a man that's looking to make that impact. Could they end up aligning? Could they end up fighting? Because Rayo's looking to make his statements. He might also, again, go through Lucky Ali and then try to do something with Lince Dorado. Who knows? But again, maybe Lince Dorado is going to be Mike Walker's partner. Maybe he steps into that ring and decides, hey, he's faced Deshawn Pratt before in a previous incarnation. When he went through that portal before, if you catch my drift. If you're a wrestling historian, this is why I love the fans who respect the craft, because a lot of people that watch this will get my joke there. So we'll have to wait and see. But next up, we are going to talk about this matchup that I can't wait to talk about here. Finally, it's going to happen. It was supposed to happen at Limelight 1, but unfortunately, Rich Swann did get sick. He wasn't able to compete. Again, all protocols are being done here. They're trying to make sure, even if it isn't the current reason why we are in a pandemic, you're still trying to make sure everyone is okay in order to compete. Because again, the first priority is making sure the talent and fans are okay, because it's scary times. So Richmond and Griffin McCoy will be going at it, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait to see it. Rich Swann, a former Impact Wrestling heavyweight champion, a man that's been all around the world. It's insane to see him back in the CZW locker room here. And he's taking on a man that calls himself the top guy, Griffin McCoy. Griffin McCoy, I want to say in the last year, is making his waves. He's truly proving that he is a top guy. The Bougie Boy is now becoming that top guy and showing that not only are guys like Jordan Oliver making those waves, guys like, again, his former teammates in Young, Dumb, and Broke, Jordan Oliver, guys like Charlie Tiger. Like, you have to think about it. Again, they ran together. They all want to make their wave, but you all got to think Griffin McCoy now is trying to make those waves on his own now. Alice Taylor did the same. Again, Griffin McCoy proving he is a top guy and doing this on his own. It's been great to see this growth. He's starting to do this, and even more now. I feel like there's some more motivation to this, because rest in peace, sadly, we did lose Jimmy Rave. And I can imagine for Griff, this is more of a doing what Jimmy would have wanted for him, making his name, making his statement. Griffin McCoy was under his tutelage, and I can imagine Jimmy Rave was giving him those notes of, hey, do this, start practicing this, do this. And with a matchup like this with Rich Swann, Griffin McCoy is looking to show why he is a top guy. I can't wait to see this guys again. If I haven't said it enough, please get your tickets now. Eventbrite.com/CZW-Limelight. You want to see this card, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back through it. You have Griffin McCoy and Rich Swann. The debut of Lince Dorado. Mr. Grimm will be in action. Lucky Ali versus Rayo. Deshawn Pratt and Boom Harden. Oops, sorry about that. Taking on Mike Walker and a mystery partner. Prolific will be in action. The Amazing Graysons at Culture Inc. will go tag team action. And Vinnie, Talata, and Jaden Velo will be in action against each other there. Ladies and gentlemen, this Sunday, like I said, at the State Theater in Maryland, doors will be opening at 4 p.m., bell at 6 p.m. Get your tickets now. This will all coming to Combat Studios in very soon. It will be in, I want to say in the very near future, because again, sometimes with the editing of all this, it does take a little bit of time. But don't you worry, it'll be coming to you before you know it. If you can't make it, you're going to want to watch this as soon as it drops, because it looks to be an amazing event. This is only what's been announced so far as of this recording. There's going to be more. There's even more stuff that will be announced and stuff that won't be announced that you're going to have to wait and see. You're going to want to be there for those surprises, because there's going to be some surprises. Who knows? Maybe even Lince Dorado's opponent won't be announced till showtime, till the night is happening. You never know. There might be some more surprises that happen to show up. Again, there's a lot of great talent out there. There's a great amount of talent that represent both CZW and C3W. And in the words of just the SAT, expect the unexpected. You never know who could show up. Could they possibly show up? I just thought about that. Prolific has been issuing that challenge. Could they show up there? You never know. Also, they're in Maryland. Prolific's been getting down with Shane Taylor Promotions. Could that happen? You never know what the Combat Zone is bringing with this renaissance of tradition. C3W also presenting this event. Limelight. Who's going to step into that limelight this Sunday? Tune in, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this has been episode 6 of Respect the Craft, the Indy Perspective. I have been Raymond Sanchez, representing Respect the Craft. As always, be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, and as always, respect the craft. We'll be talking soon, guys. See you guys on the next one. Peace.